I have another question.
Please.
That my granddaughter made this, and I absolutely love it. It's just a little dog that
It's
stands,
adorable. It's
and
three-dimensional. I love
it
it very
is.
much. But
She actually did a pop dot in between them, so the head has and ears have an actual dimension to the nose, and then it sits on top of, and I'm
I
like,
wonder where she got this crafting skill from.
her mother. It must have been her mother, not her grandmother. But
um,
it doesn't have a home.
right. So ascending steps. My framework, begin acronym, start with breathe, which is a picture in the space being used. And then it's exile, which is the trash, donate, stuff that's like easy. You get rid of it, never have to think about it again. And then it's guide, stuff that you do know what to do with it. It's just, unfortunately, you have to take it to the kitchen or,
Yeah.
to the glue drawer. And then it's intuit, which is stuff that doesn't have a home. We're going to intuit homes for them. So if we pick up, let's say, the dog figure, think about the use of it to make me happy, to remind me of my granddaughter, to decorate my room, my shelf, my desk, um,
Right.
verbs, whatever the action is that the thing is supposed to do or help you do. Where would that ideally happen? Where does it happen? So this can um, assist there. Or if it doesn't happen, where would you like for it to? If it's like, inspire me to create animal cards. Okay, well, when you want to create animal cards, where in your room do you look? Do you go to? Do you have things stored for that project? Put it there. But if it's like, I want it to just sit cutely on my shelf, I'm like, find room for it on your shelf then.
It makes me proud
Mhm.
because of she did an absolutely amazing job with this. Like the 3D and the mechanics behind it was phenomenal. And she's, 7. So I'm like, she did a great job.
Mhm.
So maybe if I put it up with my Funko Pops, because it's like a decoration type area, that'd be where, because she does every once in a while ask me, "Where's my dog that I made you?" And I'm like, "It's right there on my desk."
Mhm.
After I move 5 things to get to it,
Right.
but it is
And
there.
it's either not important, so it needs to go, or it is
It's important.
important and then it
Yeah.
needs an established home, not just like it is on my desk and then I move things around. Its
Mhm.
established home could be the same as like, yeah,
Put it up with my Funko Pops.
I mean, now it lives there. So if she comes and asks where it is, it's on display, it's being honored, it's being treated with the respect it deserves.
Mhm.
If one day in the future you decide I don't like on display anymore, but I still want to keep it because every once in a while I'm going to want to pull it out and reflect on my pride. It could be stored in a memory box that's specific to when I'm feeling in the mood to go through holiday cards, like greeting cards, from uh, loved ones. I come across this and I'm like, oh yeah, when she made that dog. Or it lives in a drawer of um, embellishments, and then you use it to like make a different card someday. Card for her when she's like graduating.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be sweet? I have a bag, 2 bags, 2 small bags. They're like little totes, and they're really not large. And those are my crop bin bags. And they're pretty much extra tools that I use when I go to a crop. And a crop is a full day event where that you start off at 9 in the morning and go to 6. Sometimes it's overnight, even like at a hotel, and you go 2 days in a row, and all you do is craft. And I have bare minimal tools, bare minimal
Mhm.
kits, bare minimal paper, bare minimal things, and that's all I bring with me.
And how
So
great
oh,
do those
I
events go?
love doing it because I
Can
get
we
so
make your
much
craft
done.
room
And then I get
into
into
a
my
secret
craft room
room?
and I'm like, it's so
Okay,
overwhelming.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. If when you come home from an event that you were feeling free at because of limited materials, into
Yeah.
a room where you theoretically would feel more creative because you're surrounded by even more options, but you feel stifled. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. We need to reduce. Sometimes we need to reduce inventory, sometimes we need to reduce visible um distraction. Uh I don't think you want to not see your stuff. I think you do want to see your stuff, but I
Right.
think you want to see your stuff in a way that feels like that feeling when you go into a craft store and you get excited and it's like, oh my God, there are so many cool
Ooh,
things
free
here.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the feeling you should have when you're looking at your stuff now. Like, oh my God, there's so many things here.
Okay, so this is another thing. I have like a little shelving or a little drawer that holds full sheets of foam dots.
Yep.
And in this here, I used ones that are open and have been.
Mhm.
Would that be okay keeping them in here? Because
First of all, literally
I have a
anything
lot
you
of,
want to do is okay because you're an adult and this is your space.
yes, a little foam package.
Right.
How weird. Like I'll keep this stuff
Mhm.
instead of using, my paid foam dots. I
Mhm.
will use this and I'll cut it up and glue that down behind something.
Mhm. You're resourceful, creative,
Yes.
crafty. You're literally sitting in a room where you craft,
Yes.
explaining a way that you conserve resources and save money is not shameful. Like that's awesome. But
So
you're
keep it.
correct that it needs a home.
So I think I will keep the things that are open in this part so that because that's something I would reach for first before going to find a new
Okay.
one that is
That
in
was
the
my
empty
question.
area.
So if you're like, I need a foam job,
Yep.
first you go to the drawer here, and if
Whatever.
there are any, you use them, and if there aren't, then you go to the others.
Correct. Yep.
So that if that's your system, great. If
But
every
apparently
time
there
you
was
need a
too
foam
much stuff.
dot, you're going to the main drawer, then all
Yes.
of them need to live there and they can't be separated by opened here, not opened there.
Okay. Now I'm debating whether or not I want to keep these.
Sorry, keep what?
I don't like wooden stamps.
I think
I
you're getting
keep
rid
the
of them
flat.
then.
The reason why I don't like them is because they take up so much room.
Okay,
As you can see, I have tons and tons of stamps, and I use the thin ones like that go on these kind of blocks,
cool. Yeah,
so that way I can just rip off the block and then use different stamps, and it's easier to store.
right.
However, somebody gave them to me because it's a really cute little cat, and I could do it on the back of, or this one on the back of an envelope. And I thought, oh my goodness, those are so cute.
Mhm.
But I honestly haven't used it in probably 6 months.
I am not a person who's like, well, if you haven't used it in 6 months, and I was like, I don't like those type of rules. Um, because maybe you haven't used it in 6 months, not in this case, but maybe, it's because it was buried under a bunch of papers on your desk, you forgot you had it. Now you know about it. It's like, well, you haven't used it.
Forgot about it.
The rule says, like, no. But I would say if you're going to use that, it would be either because you're like, I want a stamp. So I'm gonna go to where I keep my stamps and look through my stamps and decide which stamp I want to use, or it's because you're like, I want to decorate an envelope. And that might be with stickers, it might be with stamps. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to go to where I contain things that I decorate envelopes with. Or it could be, this is where all of my cat stuff is. I don't know what I want to use this thing on, but I want to make like a cat themed something. The stamps don't have to live all together. The wooden ones could live separately in like your embellishments, like the nature one. So that if it's like, I want a nature embellishment, cool, I have a
Right.
paper one. And then while I'm looking through my paper embellishments, I come across this cat stamp and I'm like, oh, right, I have this too. And then you pull out the ink from wherever you keep the other stamps.
I think now that you're thinking that you've mentioned that, in my brain, I'm thinking if I was looking for a way to embellish the back of an envelope, or I would probably make it similar to how the card looked, and I'd want it to be similar. And I've got probably other cat stamps that I would use, and I haven't probably used half of those.
And
So
I'm encouraging you to reduce your inventory. So absolutely those should go.
I'm gonna
If you're
donate these.
looking for a thing, um, let's say a cat stamp, and you have five, and you are always going to pick one over the other four, the
Right.
other four can go. If you
Yeah.
feel like it's not safe for you to get rid of the other four, because what if the one you like breaks and then you feel really stupid because you had four backups and you got rid of them? Okay, then keep one, keep two backups. But know that that's what you're doing. Don't keep them like with all of the other stuff that you use frequently. And this seems like something you're always going to pass over. So if you used it, it would be out of like guilt. You're forcing yourself to because it's silly to own something that you don't use. So you'll use it even though you would rather be using something else.
I got two of these, and the reason why I have two is because of you mentioned that fear of one breaking.
Mm-hmm.
I probably lost one at one point and I couldn't find it, so I'm like, "Oh, I had to buy another one." So now I have two. And
Mm-hmm.
what these do is they will cut dies apart so that this way I can use them because when the manufacturers make them, they make them all in one dies.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two of these.
Yeah, I'm fine with you keeping both of them, but they should have a home. They can
Yeah.
share
I
that
would,
home, or you can have um, a home for the tool that you use, and then another home for all like backups, so that if, let's say, the tool you use is the top one, if
right.
you're using that one consistently and then in 2 years it breaks, you're like, ah, let me check my backup bin to see if I have a backup of that. And if I don't, I'll go buy a replacement pair. But first, I'm going to check to see if that's a thing that I have an extra one of. And then you would check in this bin I'm referring to of, um, a backup die cutter, backup,
I,
blah, blah,
I
blah,
do
whatever.
have a I do have a bin that I can put one of them in. Another drawer over here that is like a backup like of X-Acto knives and scissors and whatnot. And again, I don't use these tweezers. It's a backup tweezer, so I should probably put that in the backup bin.
If you're gonna think to look there, though. I was a little
I will.
unable. Okay.
I will. Yeah, that
And
is
with
like I use this is like it's like a drawer that is like a and it's not that full.
the die cutting tool as well, you're gonna think to look in that drawer.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Then
I
yeah,
would go
perfect
there
home.
first. So this is my glitter section or my bling. I got two of these little folders.
Two of those like ring binders with spots for glitter stuff. Are they
Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
cool,
one right on top of the other over here.
cool. And
This
it's
they
basically
live
just like
there.
one of two, two of two. They're interchangeable with each other.
Yeah, I just pick one up and I pick one from it. I pick whatever is one I happen to grab first. And if I don't find something in the first book that I go through, I go then grab the second one and we'll flip through it.
That makes sense.
And then above that is other glitter things. These are more glued down ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to use my glue to put those down, or there's shakers to go in shaker cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are um
Like self
uh,
adhesive.
they're embellishment like little dots or gems that go on top of it, but they're like sticker gems. So that's
Yeah.
why they go into those books.
Right. Okay. When you're sitting at the desk and you're, let's say, making a card, and you go, I want this card to have some sort of like a glittery component, are you thinking in terms of the type? Are you like, I want to glue it down, or I want a sticker gem, or are you kind of like all of those things are options?
Um, they're pretty, yeah, they're pretty much all options. Sometimes it all depends whatever one I just happen to grab first.
So what I'm thinking is all of those things should be in one bin. And when you pull that one bin out from the shelf that it's stored on, then yeah, that but bigger. Then you can bring that bin to your desk and leaf through it and be like, okay, I want something in this binder or I want a shaker thing, but it's all right there for you to choose from. And then you're done choosing, you put that whole bin back on the shelf rather than like 16 different things categorized individually on the shelf behind you. I do think that they need to stay individually categorized within that bin, but I don't think they should be loose on the shelf. I think that they should be in the bin because you're going there and thinking of them as all options, but then having to like get one and then settle for whatever you grab first like maybe after you're done making the card, you'll be like, oh, well, actually I had the perfect thing right next to this, but I just grabbed this first.
And you know what? I hands down, because there are times when I will flip through those binders and I'll flip through them all and I'll be like, um, I will pick one out that I like and I'll throw it on my desk, and then I'll quickly flip through another, see if there's any more to go through it. And then but then I forget to check this. And ideally, I mean, I absolutely love these ones. Like these are
Yeah.
my favorite ones to glue down on.
Hmm.
And they're all different sizes, and I spent a ton of money on these.
They look like
Um,
it. They're
and,
very
but
luxurious.
yeah, but they are so stinking adorable.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're these are the ones that if I was to like if I said, "Hey, you only need to keep one of these bins," this is the bin that I would keep.
Hmm.
I would get
And
rid of
yet
the
it's
binders.
never the one that you reach for first.
No.
We need to change this. This is not acceptable. If you go to a crop and you only have things to work with that are whatever like finite um assortment of materials, and then you find out that right next to that one there was a whole other option of way better versions, you would be so bummed. And that's what you're doing in your craft
Yes.
room. It's like you have one shelf of awesome things right next to a shelf of okay things, and you always reach for the okay ones first. They should be
Right.
together because sometimes one is better and sometimes the other is better, and you use them somewhat interchangeably, or at least like,
But
one
how
for
would
a project, another for a different together.
I should just I honestly how I so they're stored differently though, because these are all loose like
Mhm.
this, right? So they have to be kind of kept in a container like this, or like these ones where that they're a little container
I have
because
that.
they're not glued.
Yeah.
And then these ones that are in the binder, and I have tons of these. I mean, some of them I'll never use, or like they're like more like stickers.
Hmm.
Some of them
Okay.
are so stinking cute though.
Here, here's what I want you to do.
Okay, I'm open.
The two binders are your limit. The ones from this bin need to be incorporated into those. I know you're not going to have room for all of them, which means some need to get booted out, which is fine because some of them you're never going to use anyway. And that way, when you go to use one of these things, all you have to do is look through the binders, which is your habit anyway, and then you will see everything you own. Rather than looking through the binders and fully missing that bin right next to the binders of stuff you would rather use. And I think if you can fill like a zip top bag with the rejects from these binders, somebody's going to feel so stoked to get those. Whether you donate them to like a nursing home or a Goodwill, it's going to be fabulous for somebody.
Do I even want to keep these binders or just keep them in the bin?
I don't know, but altogether is better.
Because some of these things in the binder, like I don't use these last pages because it doesn't fit anything, but maybe it will fit these things. Nope,
Okay.
they do not fit. And that's what I don't like about this binder system.
So maybe the binder system is just outlived its usefulness to you.
And some of the stuff I know I won't, like, I have never even used these, but I'm afraid to get rid of things because I'm like, what happens if I will use it? Like, if I was looking for a little rad looking thing, like, looks like I don't know what that looks like, a little
Yeah, I don't know
sunflower.
either, but understand. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's what I was saying with the rules I don't vibe with because I'm not going to say, "Well, you've never used them yet." Obviously, if
yeah.
you get rid of them, the odds of you needing them are so low. It's like silly
But you
to
know what? That's not true because these the other day was fully full, and I had a card that they went perfect on, and I just pulled them out and I was like, this is amazing. I'm glad I
exactly.
had these.
Exactly. So, okay, back to the thing I was saying of if you have 5 of something and you
Get them all.
always only reach for one, the others don't need to be cluttering up the space that just makes it overwhelming for you to get that one that you like. But
Right. Okay.
If they're not like repeat uses, if it's like a single use sticker, for example, the thing is, if you're looking at, you go, no matter what, I would never use this. It's a sticker of a cat, but if I wanted to embellish something with a cat, I wouldn't use this sticker because I don't like it. I would use my stamp collection or a rub off thing,
Right.
or I would cut out my own. I'm not going to use this sticker. I don't like this sticker. It doesn't represent me. I don't want to gift it on something to somebody. Yeah, then that sticker is taking up space. It needs to go. But if
Okay.
you're looking at a sticker and you're like, I probably would never use this, it would have to be like a very specific, just right situation. So maybe I should get rid of it. But like, what if that situation happens? Yeah, no, you should totally keep that. Unless you're running into a situation where your entire craft room is filled to the brim of things that you definitely love and also might use if the right situation happens. You're overwhelmed, some things have to go, not the things you love using all the time, the things that you might use, because if they go, now the room feels lighter and you're more enjoying using the room. If
And I'll use those products more, the ones that I actually think are pretty and that are nice.
Nailing it. Yes, exactly that. Yeah, so the odds of you needing the thing come into play then. If it's like this is a very very specific situation, um like unique thing. It's like if it's
Right.
somebody's 19th birthday and they're having a Mario Brothers theme, then it's like okay, that can go, even if like yes, if that situation happened, it would be the perfect thing to use. You
Right.
letting it go is okay because it frees up space for something else that you do want to use all of the time. And if somebody does have a 19th Mario themed birthday, you will make a perfectly fine card for them out of other things that you have. And you probably will be like, oh my God, what are the odds? That's so crazy. I had a thing that was perfect for this and I got rid of it. Crazy. But you won't be like, oh, I'm so mad at myself. I got rid of that thing. Because you're going to be like,
No.
I got rid of that thing to make my craft room more enjoyable to use. And it has been more enjoyable to use.
The other thing that I've noticed that I do, which is probably not a good thing, I can give you an example. So I bought this lovely Disney book. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to make pretty cards for my granddaughters and send them out to their friends and whatnot. But then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be smart and I'm going to donate it to my granddaughter, which means taking it from my section and just moving it over to her section.
Very convenient. Mm-hmm.
But she has not opened it yet. She has not done anything
Does
with
she
it.
know
She's
that
not
it's
fussy
there?
cut. I believe so.
Okay.
But if I put it on her desk, she might cut it all up.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just leaving it on her desk. Because sometimes I put things on her desk just to use up. Because she doesn't have the fear I have.
What's the fear?
She just cuts. She'll just cut. Like if I find some things that are pretty and like, oh, this paper is pretty, it's too pretty to make a card for Amber because Amber deserves a prettier card, or that paper, I'm just going to save it because Amber's not getting married. She might get married 3 years from now. So I'm going to save that paper for 3 years from now.
I'm not
My
going to give
granddaughter, on the other
her
hand,
a card with this beautiful, ornate sticker because it's just her birthday. And what if one day I'm making her a bridal shower card? I'm going to regret having
right.
given her that gorgeous card for her birthday.
So I will
You're
wait
very
until
silly.
I have the perfect.
I do completely understand, and I empathize with that
So she
painfully
has no fear.
thoroughly. You and my therapist could have quite the chat on how similar I am to you in that way. Okay. So, forgetting that your granddaughter has her own section of this room and just focusing on this
Yeah.
being your craft room, imagine a scenario occurs where you're like, oh, perfect thing to use for this, that Disney book. Where in your room are you reaching for it? Where did you put it? Because it was basically like that. One of those kits or paper,
Yeah,
like
I sometimes I have the kits down there or along here.
mhm.
Like if I have those kits that are all organized by Halloween winter, Christmas, summer, camping, spring, girly, birthday, baby, wedding, love, travel, boys, fall,
Disney.
and then a whole section on 49 and Market, which is my absolute favorite paper and embellishments. So they don't have a theme. They don't usually do themes. It's more of like a lot of different florals and patterns and really beautiful paper that I should use more of
Absolutely, you
again.
should.
And then, paper. Ay, ay, ay. The amount of stuff that I keep, it just blows me away sometimes.
Yes,
Like,
you do
seriously,
need
who
to
needs all
cull
these?
things, but it's not because it's silly to keep them. It's because you have passed the threshold of having so much that now it's not fun and creative to work in here. It's restricting and discouraging. You are in this craft room because you love crafting. We
Yes.
have one life to live. You want to set an example for not just your daughter, but her daughter as well.
Yep.
And that is not to consider yourself less worthy than to use nice things. And I think that's really what you're doing when you're like, oh, I shouldn't use this nice sticker on Amber's card because what if in the future? That's you not trusting yourself to be able to like outdo this card when the time comes or be creative in a different way. Um,
Right.
this is a good sticker to use now for this event, even if theoretically, abstractly, if you had all the events of a timeline, a person's whole existence on some like storyboard, yeah, maybe this sticker would be better to use on that card than this card. But right now, we only know about this card. And when that
Yeah.
card event happens, maybe a thing will have been invented by then that doesn't even exist now and will be much more perfect to use then.
Yeah. 3D printing.
Crazy.
That's I haven't
Liquid
even started
plastic?
in that yet. I haven't even don't even get me started on my
I'm
like
not going to get
miniatures and
started because
painting.
you don't currently have the space to store the materials you would need for that project yet. Yeah, no, I can see you being really good at that. I just can also see it being what
I
this
have
all is.
watercolor.
It's too
I do
overwhelming.
watercoloring painting, but it's all like my watercolor painting is very like this kind of stuff,
So cute.
right?
That's so cute.
That's pretty much. And I play around with the arts. Like, I don't know. And then I end up with junk, like a
Here's
bird.
the thing though. Like you're saying
I have
that as
fun
though
making it.
it's an objective description that doesn't exist. Somebody out there is quite uncreative and is looking at the things that you would see infinite potential in and being like, that's useless, that's garbage, that is junk. It's basically trash. Um, that's not because they're smart and you're silly and frivolously think about all of the minutia that is possible with garbage. It's because you are different people and they're like big picture, abstract, whatever. And you're like, oh my god, the ideas that just jumped into my brain when I looked at this thing. It's not a flaw. You thinking this piece of scrap paper is very pretty and I could find a use for it is not you
Yeah.
hoarding junk. It's you hoarding junk if it's like, I love crafting. And so every time I find a piece of paper that could potentially be used for a craft, I put it in my craft room. And now my craft room doesn't actually have space for my physical human body to also be in amongst the paper because
Yep.
I take up space as much as paper takes up space, then that's a problem. And so before we get to that severity, I'm trying to say like you are the thing that needs the room here. Your crafting hobby, your art, your creativity needs to have essentially like an established home, like a place where it happens, which is the
Yep.
desk, which means the desk can't be a place where random trinkets are
Everything just stored.
stored, tools go, multiple bottles of glue. If all of those things are stored at your desk, then your desk is not available to be crafted at.
Well, you saw what it looked like before.
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty busy. It had a lot of crap on it.
Mhm.
And now, well, I just moved some things on top of it.
Those things that you took off of that tray shelf? Uh,
Yep. It's glue. It's a adhesive for die cuts, and I haven't used it. I don't even know why I have it, to be honest. I actually know I have some back there too, and I forget that I have it. Like I want to use it,
mhm.
but I forget that I have it. So what it does is you put this behind the paper, or you put the paper on top of it, and then it makes it into a sticker. So that when you die
Oh,
cut a
cool.
heart, then it peels off the back, and then the sticker just goes on it. So I have this,
Mhm.
and I also have this whole entire roll
Okay,
of,
so this is what I want you to think.
okay,
You're saying you want to use it, but you forget that you have it.
yes,
What do
right.
you want to use it for? Uh,
I want to use it to make embellishments with my die cuts, or letters if I'm die cutting, or whatever I'm die cutting. So I don't have to use glue.
right. Which you're almost out of, so
Yeah,
you have to use
go
sparingly.
figure.
We need to be rationing our glue supply.
We do.
We're finite resource. The world's about to run out. You for sure. Anyway, so
There's
the
a whole drawer of glue that I have issues with, and I'm like, my daughter, for the longest time I wouldn't let her use any of my glue because it's special glue. And she was like, finally the other day she was doing something. I'm like, here, just use this glue. Please use it. Just please use it, because I'm tired of holding on to this. It could be like 6, 7, 8 years old. It may not work anymore. That's how much glue I have.
yeah, okay. Before I move on to the thing I was just gonna get to, exactly. It seems like it doesn't, but it has an expiry date. And if
Hmm.
you are um what's the word? Like reserving it, like I can't think of the word right now, but if you are saving
Hoarding.
the it's not hoarding. Sure. It's not clinically it's not hoarding, but if you are hoarding uh like stockpile of things that you are saving for like a hypothetical deserving thing that has not yet occurred, like the card you're making today doesn't matter as much as an imagined card that you might make in the future that's not planned
Right.
for and is not something that you're like oh, this Christmas I'll make a card with it. It's more just like, okay, but what if I use it now? And then next year I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't use it on that card because this card is more important. And it's a really pretty sticker that if I hadn't used it on that card, I could use on this card.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know what's even worse than that? It never getting used at all and its stickiness dissolving and being brittle. And then one day you finally are like, okay, daughter, you can use this. And no, she can't. It's so much better to use it on the okay card, even though theoretically maybe one day there's a better card to use it on. That's
Yep.
that's a thing that you'll figure out then. Right now you'll use it on the okay card, and maybe in the future a better use for it card never happens. Good thing you used it when you did. Or
Right.
a better use for it card comes up and you make do with what you have at that point, which might be an even better sticker then, because who knows what will happen between now and then. Or it might be a different thing entirely. You might be, um, deciding actually for this thing that I thought I would want to use that sticker on, that would be the perfect thing. Stamps is cooler. Rub offs is cooler. Just a paper with glue on it is cooler. I'm not disappointed that I used that sticker on that card because now I get to be creative and have fun and come up with a different thing that I can gift now.
Hmm.
Glue expires, stickers expire, freaking uh, gems get
Oh,
eroded.
these are sticky. Then I have to use glue.
Yeah, no, I'm saving these
Ask me
for.
how I know this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I even look
Um,
at my markers. I have the whole entire Copic set, so of coloring markers that I want to color with. But I feel, and I love coloring. I love coloring. But then I look at that stuff and then I feel guilty that I haven't finished all those kits that I've done.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't color. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, my ink's drying out for my Copics. And I'm like, oh, I have to go buy more ink. And I'm like, I don't want to buy any
Great
more
example.
ink.
Yep. I forgot about that. But yeah, markers, man, they expire so fast. Oh, they have the prettiest, most glorious metallic marker. And then you go to use it 10 years later and you can't. Yeah.
Or
Use
my
your stuff.
paints.
Paints. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's the worst. Oh, I
I've got
understand.
paints and my ink from like my stamp, my inks. I've got alcohol inks and I've got regular stamping inks. And I'm like, my daughter even came in the other day and she was like, Mom, you've got so many different kinds of ink. How many colors do you need of ink? And I go, but they all do something a little bit different, babe.
Mhm.
And she's like, but do you need them all? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, well, can't you get rid of these ones? I go, no, because I just bought those ones. It's not my fault that the company went out of business. And then and then she's like, well, then just use these ones here. I said, those are oxide inks. Those you can't mix with the regular water inks. You can't mix those. And she's like, I give up. And I'm like, I just need to use them.
Yeah.
Or wait until they die and then I can throw them out and I feel good about it.
You just said that if you don't use them and then they go bad, you can guilt-free throw them away. That makes
Correct.
me so sad.
Oh,
Um, like I'm literally like feeling the sting of tears because you feel guiltier using your special paints and markers and stickers than you do throwing them into the garbage because they expired and you didn't use them. You love
yes.
crafting, you love using these things. You are not less valuable than the frickin' trash can. You feel
Right.
less guilty giving your stuff to the trash can to use than you feel about yourself using it?
I
Girl.
know, and you know what? It's sad because then I look at it and going, oh, I should have used it. And then I'm like, oh, well,
Oh,
can't go
well,
back
what?
now.
You
I
can't,
can't go
but
back
going
now.
forward, you can learn from that mistake or that past decision that you now, regret.
I should go through my stuff. I mean, I know that I even have like spray bottles of all different kinds of inks that I haven't used in years. And I mean, I've got re-inkers that I haven't used in years, and I hold on to them because I might need to re-ink one day. But I don't use it enough to re-ink it. Or my thing is people have given me things of crafting stuff, or I've got a really good deal on it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it because it was a good deal, or they gave it to me. So I'm like, now I have doubles of it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh gosh, so I
Well, it's
really
a
do need to
human
go through
thing
it,
that once you
use it.
have something, it's substantially harder to let go of than it would be
Yep.
to acquire it. So if
Yeah.
you're feeling guilty for feeling guilty, please don't. Like, you're not a robot, so that's a very valid, normal experience you're having. Like, somebody gifts something to you, it doesn't feel as easy to let go of than it would if you were at the store walking past it.
Yes. Yes. Or a friend of mine will say, hey, I cleaned out all my craft supplies. Here, I you can have all these. And I'm like, okay, great. I'll go through everything. And then I will go through things that I think I might use. And then I will donate what I know I won't use.
That's great.
But even though that things that I will use that I kept, and I'm like, half that stuff I probably shouldn't have kept because I have enough. I need to stop accepting
Hey,
or just pass it on.
okay, so your uh friend gifts you a bunch of stuff and then
Yep.
you um cull some of it. A,
Mhm.
be proud of yourself. That is great. Then you come across it in your supply stock and think, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have kept this." Why? Is it because your craft room is too full, overwhelming of stuff?
Yes.
So when
Yes.
you come across these things and think, I shouldn't have kept this, do you at that point get rid of it, or do you at that point continue to keep it?
I still keep just in case.
Right. So I need you to give me one example
Unless
of a thing that it could be.
unless it is, I'm looking at my spray bottles of all different inks, and you spray it so it makes like a distress on a paper or a card or whatever it may be. And I've got multiple colors and all different kinds and sizes and glitter and just paint ones and all that kind of stuff. And recently my friend gave me some, and then I had some, or she gave me some, and then my little storage area was full.
Mm-hmm.
So what I had to do was I had to decide at that moment whether I'm keeping the one that she gave me or keeping the ones that I originally had. So I swapped out.
Great instinct. That's the perfect thing to have done. I'm really
Yeah.
happy that you did that. Okay. That's what I want to praise you on. And I don't want you to diminish this as a skill you developed, because that's something you are good at. You have
Yeah.
a finite space that you're allotting to
Yep.
store a category of things. When that storage spot is full of things that are in that category, and then you acquire more from being gifted or purchasing or whatever, you stay firm to that spot. That's amazing. So the least important, the least likely that you'll use it, or the most niche, or whatever the reason that you're like, this is the one that can go, it goes. And that's great. I think sometimes you put off making that decision. So you buy something and then you're like, I feel like when I go to put this away, it's not going to fit. I'm going to have to decide about getting rid of one, and I'm not ready to do that right now. So this is going to go on my tray shelf. But like, no.
That is truly what happens.
If you're
Okay.
going to a store, you need to be at that store going, when I get home, if there's no space in my place where I know this goes and I go to put it, I'm going to deal with that right now. I am not going to burden future me with a full tray shelf of stuff that current me bought and is just like putting on her to deal with. That's so
Yep.
mean to you. Like, you deserve a nice craft space.
Yep.
So give yourself that. Which means when you're at the
Yep.
store, don't be like, I'm going to ruin my craft space with overwhelm I'm purchasing now. I'm not going to purchase it. I'm going to trust
What
that
I've
I
been
have.
trying, because I'm starting to recognize that, what I've been starting to do is I have been thankfully only shopping online. I go to the same store that is local, but I just do a pickup
Mhm.
because then I know if I need an alligator stamp, which I didn't have, which I did put away into the animal section.
Nice.
um, I didn't need an alligator stamp, but it was too cute that I had to keep. But if I was looking for one,
Pause real quick. I'm sorry. I'm
and
going to forget my thought. So that's what I'm saying. I do want you to
yeah,
finish
yeah,
yours in a sec. If you are online shopping for a pickup order and you see something, if it's not in your financial budget, consider that. But otherwise, whether you need it or not is irrelevant. The point is, it's going to come into your home. You want it,
yep,
it's on discount, blah, blah, any reason. Fine. It's not about like, "Ugh, I shouldn't buy this," or "I I don't need it." It's just, do I have space for it? And if
yep,
you're going to put it in your stamp shelf and there's room there, get it. And if you're going to put it
yep,
in your stamp shelf and there's no room there, either go, I'm not willing to make that decision right now, so I'm just going to not get it, or go, I can pick out one that I like less than this one. This one's really cute. And then get rid of
yep,
that one before you do the pickup order.
yep. And when I'm doing the online one, it helps because I'm here.
Right.
So I can look and go, oh, really see that cute giraffe that I want, but my animals is very full right now. At one point, it was animals, bugs, and birds, and it just got
No,
crossed
birds is
out
its
where
own.
there's no longer bugs and birds. It's all animals, and birds and bugs went into another one
Uh-huh.
uh, because it expanded. But I mean, it was just one of those things. I'm like, oh gosh, it needs. And then I recognize it so that if I really do see something that my store happens to be advertising online or on Facebook or whatever, I'm like, ooh, I need that. And then I'm like, hold on a second, let me check. Do I have something that I'd be willing to remove from that bin to be able to get that?
And it doesn't have to be
Because
from that bin. So, like, you picked the example of animals, bugs, and birds container got expanded to now animals, bugs, and birds. That's fine. But if you have a shelf that holds stickers and you have an animals, bugs, and birds one, and alphabet one, and cars and trucks one, and that takes up the whole shelf of those, and now you need to expand from bugs, birds, and animals to those take up three, you have to get rid of the cars and trucks one and the alphabet one, or now you're gonna have to take up another shelf with all of those, and whatever was on that shelf has to go.
right. Yeah. So yeah, I think yeah. Okay. I got it. We got this.
I
I got this.
fully believe you. Did you put the thing that you make stickers, the die cuts? Oh no, those are okay. Yeah, same question
So
then.
I
When you
put this with my, you remember that small die cutting thing on the side of here? I put that right beside it, hoping that, I'll see that because this goes with this.
yeah,
And then that way I'll be able to see it and go, oh yeah, I forgot I have that. And then the next time that I go to grab a green piece of paper and I need to make leaves out of it, I can put the
the
sticky stuff on the
paper.
back of this paper and
And
then
so
make
is
my
that
leaves.
roll the same as the things in your hand?
Yes.
So are those basically backups?
Yes.
When you're done with this roll, um, is it going to occur to you to look in your backups drawer for these sheets?
No, because that one there is more like tools that I keep in that backup drawer.
Is it something you would think to look for elsewhere in your craft room? Your tape drawer, your glue drawer?
Tape drawer and glue drawer is pretty full.
Correct. But if theoretically there was space in them, is that a place that you would look for these?
Yes, there is. That is where I could possibly look for those.
Okay, so if you can condense your glitter stuff, you can condense this as well. Remove enough from your tape drawer or glue drawer to fit this in there.
Very thin. It's very thin. I'm gonna put it right on top of it. I think
Yeah,
I can make it fit.
there you go.
I made it fit.
And one day you're gonna give enough margin that you don't have to do the just so of it. But for right now, just so is great. It's
It
off
fits.
your plate. It fits.
Beautiful. We do a virtual crafting retreat sometimes where even having colleagues that are doing a card or making things and showing and sharing what each other is doing, it inspires us to do more with what
Yeah.
we currently have as well. Like I have one friend who has minimal product, minimal product, and her stuff she creates is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm like, how do you do this? But I know how she does it because she does keep every scrap and then she uses what she has and then she makes with what she has and she's phenomenal at what she does, and I envy her for being able to do that kind of stuff, but she does inspire me. So
You
a lot
would
of the
be able
times
to
when
do
I know,
that too. The reason you can't right
yeah,
now is because your stuff is stopping you. She
yep,
doesn't have that stop because she
no,
doesn't have all that stuff stopping her. If you got
no,
rid of the um, amount that's above your threshold, you would now be in the capacity to do what she's doing, which is just
yep,
have stuff and use that stuff.
yeah. Like when I go to the crop, I create things with what I have because
Exactly.
I only have that stuff. And so I have 8 hours to fill my time. I'm like, what am I going to make? And I'm going to make a couple pages or I'm going
You're
to
going to
make
make
a
stuff out of
couple
your tote
cards.
bag of materials. You're not going to
Yeah.
sit at your desk in your craft room, literally surrounded by options, overwhelmed at the plethora of things on your to do list that are screaming at
Yep.
you. You bought me and you haven't used me. You bought me so long ago and now I'm going bad. You should have let your daughter.
Exactly.
It's going to expire.
That's what it's screaming at me.
No,
My
I hate that for you.
it's
It's
but once I
stopping
get
you
rid of that, it'll
from
be so much
being
nice.
the way that you say you want to be. Your friend is
Yes.
doing a thing that you want to do, and this is
Yep.
stopping you from doing that. So yeah,
Yep.
stop this so it can't stop you.
Right.
Okay.
And this is donating, and this is going upstairs.
Woo!
And that has to go into the scrap pile.
And you know what to do, so
And
it's
then I'm good.
easy.
My desk is clean ish.
It's clean now. You did great.
Thank you.